Welcome back to Bobby Nublar's Prehistoric Playland. King Dino's Prehistoric Playland. That's the stupid name of the thing. Yeah, that. Scientist is inspired. A small increase in salary. Sure. This guy is just not going to wake up. So why don't we just do this? Let's just... oh, I got to cancel this. Okay, forget this. Cancel it. You clearly can't hit him anyway. Do a transport. Get him over on dry land. Try that. Then we'll have to retask the medical team on the rabies. Okay. Nest is off cooldown, so we should get some stiggies. Still 0% cooldown on the recent eggs. That takes way longer than I was thinking. So the Dryos will be on cooldown too, so then all we can do is the Crithosaurs. Bad compatibility, good compatibility. Well, try it. Go for it. You can do it. I believe in you. He's a soothsayer. He can whisper some sweet love-making songs to those Crithosaurs and get on with it. Medical? Nope, you left. You went to base. That's a terrible idea. You should have stayed. Just coming for the fence. Get in there. Alright. Job done. Okay, rabies sorted. We should probably just go ahead and get in our third matching other amenity, which was drinks. Yes. Of the Texicana variety. I could put it just across the road here, maybe. I think I like that spot. Then we can expand more from there. So we'll just flatten a little bit. Make sure this doesn't become an issue. All right, and let that run. And then shut down the extra one, which is this one. This bar.
Your attention, please. This attraction is...
Need to reset the market since we did the rule. Yes. Why don't we go ahead and just reset that straight away? Galley, Gigant. Ooh, oh, but it's all boys. Why is there so many dudes? Damn it. I know the female Herreras are hideous, but they'd have to go set out in a bachelor pack like that. Jeez. We could do Protos. We haven't used Protos in a little while. We could take this good price set of 6, maybe. Although... we kind of need them to cool down. We kind of need more Dryo and Stiggies. Oh yeah, this whiffed. We'll just keep running the breeding program. Since the odds are so low anyway, we might as well try and force it. Yeah. We'll do Oldale until the other one catches up. Salmonella. I think I'm good. Let's get Crypto maybe actually done. We'll definitely run into Crypto at some point. Gigant's pretty good here for once. 2 and 2. It'd be easier to do than 6, because trading away 6 animals is kind of rough. We could try 2. Do you think Gigant can go in this pen? Okay, so it would cohab here, diet-wise, it would match. Is Gigant able to use the Dinosaur encounter? I think Chung does, but maybe Gigant doesn't. Okay, let's retry this with you. And then let's do... what was I going to do? I was doing something. What was it? Diseases. Crypto. Yeah, the babies probably can.
Se quiserem alimentar de nossos animais hoje, usem
It'd be fun if these were actually, like, honestly, this could be an entire DLC. Like, interaction items with the dinosaurs. Like, even if they don't have a need for an enrichment item, having enrichment items you can add just to the paddocks for vibes that the dinosaurs actually interacted with would be an improvement.
This next objective will help us continue
21
supporting
dinosaurs.
A noble goal deserves maximum focus.
Yeah, we take this is the only one that is reasonable to even complete. Let's check the cooldowns over here on the others. So, why is it? Oh, because the other territories have decayed away from this corner? Yes. Annoying. Inconvenient. Okay, claimed by Corey. We'll get the other two going right away. There's no rest for the wicked. We're not even giving this guy a day off. It's just like, you got to get back out there. You got to get with that other girl. We got no time to waste. Get to it. Nice, 4 eggs, huge. Yeah, like four objects. Like, I think you could literally just do a ball with no animations on the animals, right? You just put a ball in game, you make the animals occasionally walk towards it, and when they're right in front of it, it just rolls away like they kicked it. And you could simulate an entire, like, play thing with, like, very little actual effort on animation. Like, that would be pretty trivial to set up, I actually think. For something like a headbutt toy, that'd be a little more complicated. But, like, you could just make a swing thing like this. And then Pachycephalosaurs already have a headbutt animation. So instead of them headbutting another Pachycephalosaur, you steal the animation and you make them do it with a tire swing. So they do the same thing where they, like, line up to do the headbutt, but they do it to the tire instead. Again, that should be actually not that hard to code and implement for an actual three-dimensional, you know, video game developer, which I am not, but I still believe it's quite doable. Is this a random spot of wetland here? What the fuck? How'd that get? I think that might have been there to start with. There. Anyway, retry the breeding program. Keep going. Yeah, or any, like, animation that involves them hitting anything in any kind of way could be reused with a toy. Yeah, I don't think we would get enrichments in a free update. That feels like something they would use as a selling point for a DLC.
You have a bright future ahead of you, but don't forget why you're doing it.
I agree that it should be free. I don't think they'll let it be free. Alright, number 6, Resilient Social. Number 7, Docile. Number 8, Nothing. Number 9, Nothing. Okay. You guys are apparently missing pasture. Well, guess we better add some pasture. Okay. Quite needy on the pasture development, but we're going to get rid of some of these. Pretty quickly. I think I want to breed... I want this group to go off first. That way we have the full set of babies from this generation to decide who goes and who stays. Oops, I didn't mean to put both of them on there. I wasn't thinking. I was just clicking buttons. And then let's see over here. Yeah, it's still recovering, right? Well, I'm just going to keep spamming this till it works. I'm going to go ahead and snatch up a altruistic 3 logistics person so we can do power research. Okay, welcome to the squad. Alright, we're going to pivot over to that, get the power done before we go back to the breeding program. Because we do need the full squad for this. Power station is Helios 1 from Fallout New Vegas, of course. I think we'll put it like right here. But I want the path to be able to sneak around, so I think we're going to go ahead and flatten out the environment. It's not actually Helios 1 from Fallout New Vegas, but I like to imagine it is. If you're a Fallout New Vegas fan, there's a playthrough on my other channel of Jay Sawyer. Okay, we'll use JP pylons. Those look like something you'd see out in the country. And then for the stations, I think I don't really care that much about the small substations. What did the wetlands one look like? It's just a station. I like the JP one. We'll do the JP substation. Let's see. So the... Yeah, I'm not going to get in the way of anything here. Then that covers that much, so we need one over here. And the one over kind of right behind the main area. Like over behind the bus stop, essentially. Really? Really? That's so close. I wonder, actually, if I do from here... Yeah, sometimes, for whatever reason, it'll connect in one direction, not the other. It just gives you a little extra leeway for whatever reason. A location in Horizon Forbidden West, that's basically that. I'm not surprised. Like, these, like, solar collector arrays are, kind of an iconic vibe. Also, it could literally... It's not impossible that there's maybe a deliberate Fallout New Vegas connection in that game. It's not the craziest stretch, I would say. I'm not overly familiar with the Horizon games, but I'm aware a little bit of their thing. Their deal. Okay, smoothing out the slope a little bit. Okay, very cool. And presumably everything is now powered. We'll leave these backup generator rocks in here. No reason not to keep them. And maintenance post has actually missed some things.
Creating something amazing is a job made of 100 smaller tasks.
Ticket sales.
Here's one of those tasks now.
Okay. And the nest. Oh, got it. Okay, cool. So we got the Corethos. If there's enough mutant dinosaur mods, eventually we could do a Fallout part. Maybe someday, but that feels like it would take us a lot. Maybe if there's somebody on the workshop who gets like really into modular building and makes like a Fallout building set or something, then I would do it, but I wouldn't force it. So this is going to be 4 minutes. Once that's done, we can look at getting probably Gigant Spinosaurus, right? That's what we're talking about. I assume we'll have enough animals that we can clear out. Enough Corythosaurs to clear out to bring those in. Yeah, we only need the 4. Well, given that we have the Corythosaurs bred and nobody else will breed, I might as well take $1 million to go send Old Dale out on a marketing tour. You know, let everybody know that our little roadside shithole is slightly less of a shithole now. Very slightly less. Yeah, I think we'll do a carnivore next. I want to get a carnivore in the park to start, you know, mixing it up a little bit. This pen will essentially be complete with 4 animals anyway. So yeah, it'll depend a little bit what we roll when we reboot the marketplace. Alright, 1 minute. Alright, there's the squad. So 4 more babies. 20 people selling Struthy, then we gotta get Struthy. That's what'll happen. What's with me and shithole parks? You know, I didn't consider that. It is kind of 2 shithole parks out of the last 3, but I'm really just going with concepts here, and they just happen to be shithole concepts. Alright, number 10. 11, 12, and 13. So, male, female, male, male. So we got 1 female in this batch. And then in this batch, we got male, 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 and male. And yeah, you're from the original batch. So we need that female is crucial. Stressing hard about your exams? What you studying for? Social, docile, nothing, nothing. So 8 and 9 are just nothing males. Those can definitely go. We're drowning in male Crithosaurs. 8, you're out. 9, you're out. 12 is the only girl in this generation. 11, 10. 13's only social. I think we'll get rid of 13, and then we'll get rid of another one from the other batch, because this batch seems better. So 7's only docile. 8 was nothing, was already selected for elimination. Same with 9. 10 is resilient. Wait, 10 is this batch. Wait a second. Hold on. 13... We had 5 originally, so 2 batches of 4. Yeah, 13, 12, 11, and 10. And then 9, 8, 7, and 6. Yeah. I missed 6 initially. So 7 goes. There's no point in having a docile Crithosaur. This is, like, pointless. Yeah. Crithosaurs are suffering from the consequences of a 2-child policy. A little bit. Chemistry and math in the same day as a drama play. Yeah. I will say that's something I really don't miss about earlier education, was like a broad range of subjects that are unconnected from each other and end up coincidentally having due dates and exams that stack up. Like, graduate school was, of course, a very stressful time in my life, but also like a maximum of like 2 classes at any given time. And it's like the same people in the classes, so there's a understanding of what one class's exam schedule looks like versus the other, which is at least something. Some redeeming feature. You've not studied yet. Well, depending on your situation, that's good or bad. I was never much for studying, which was usually not a problem, except for when it was. And by the time I like needed to study, like when I actually got to the part of my education where suddenly it was like important that I do study, I had no study habits developed ever. So it was like impossible. I just couldn't do it. All right, rewilding 4. So then I had to kind of just like limp through the tail end of my education by the seat of my pants. Alright, confirming delivering 4 Gigant Spinosauruses. Let's put them in this pen this time. Yeah, college was a much better time than like high school. I really did not get along well in high school. I was a big slacker. But college was enough interesting course topics that suddenly my old lust for education from when I was a small child came back a little bit, and I was able to do pretty well in college. We seem to have some disease spreading. Are these for adults? I literally can't tell. I think this is for adults. All right, let's deal with this. Medical report. Sorry, what? I think I was just hovering over another animal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Gigantspinosaurus to the park.
Okay, so we got two breeding pairs straight at the gate, which means we can cross match these in a second set of breeding attempts later. We could also optimize for which male seems better, which is 1. So we breed them both with 1, maybe. It's not a great set. I should just have the medical team assigned here. There's no reason not to. Ooh, okay. So we noticed when we were building this park on stream that these decorative pens are extremely cheesable because the animals aren't able to break out. They just get angry. But they also have the effect we saw in San Diego with the aquatics, where they don't detect them as a barrier to their territory. So theoretically, using decorative fences, you could section off animals that would otherwise be incompatible but have compatible environmental needs into separate sections and have their territories overlap, which would piss them off, actually, because the territory overlapping is the thing, not them being actually in the same pen, right? But yeah, anyway, point is, highly exploitable because you can put their environmental needs outside the pen. As long as they have some water and some food, they'll be fine. You need good marks into university? Yeah, absolutely. I took a really, backwards route into school, into college, university, which is to some benefit and some detriment. Like, I had to go through, tech and then into proper university, and so it ended up being, I was, 6 years delayed. It was a whole thing. There was some benefit to it in terms of, discipline, but it was generally not great. Alright, Prehistoric, check now that the babies are out of here. Looks like they're probably good. Alright.
If an animal is under stress,
Progress.
we need to know.
This motel here from the workshop happens to actually be 3 hotels combined together. This is 3 hotels stacked in a trench coat. So that takes care of our hotel need for a while. Why is the concrete floor above ground? Why did they not use asphalt so it's flush? You know what? Yeah, it is like that, huh? Can I do... Oops. Yeah, do this. Oh, yeah, and I can't... Right, because they did the asphalt, it doesn't... I see the problem. I understand. That is... Yes, I see exactly the problem here, Biocraft. When I see guests walk on this, they're gonna be... Are they gonna be clipped into the concrete? That's what I... That's the... Would be the worst part. Are we... Is that good screaming? What the fuck? What are we screaming about? Wait, what are we running from? What is... What? What the fuck? Safety is fine. Let's not worry about it. Does anybody want to walk to that hotel so I can see you clipped in the concrete and decide if it bugs me completely or not? Because I feel like it's going to ruin it for me. Which is fine because it's kind of busted anyway, being 3 hotels stacked in a trench coat. Dusty and rusty bathroom. I think that's the one I was using. Yeah, we'll put in you here.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restaurant is now open to use for whenever.
Shelter's still good. Okay, are the gig ants on the ground? They are, and they are already happy. That's huge. That's what I want to see. Nest cooldown? Nest is cooled down. All right. So, let's look at the Styggies quick. Still won't breed. It's still too soon. That's crazy. I think 2 was the good one. And it looks like 1's not on the ground yet anyway, so let's hold off. Running from a pedal file. It could be. It's possible. Unlikely. I would never let anybody like that into my park. Come on now. Now, if I do swamp... No, it doesn't let me put trees in the water. Just kidding. Dinosaur encounters are definitely buggy with non-existent threats, so that's probably what it was. That would be my guess too. Maybe we'll see guests walk into this when there's actually something nearby to use. You know what? No, now that I know the floor is raised, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's going to bug me too much. Oh, God. Oh, yes. Select that, too. It has to go. Unacceptable. I just know it's gonna come back to bite me. So this one is cool, except it's roadside, so aesthetically it doesn't really make sense out in the middle of the park. This one is probably the other one I use, which can go back in. Which I guess is already connected. Alright, sure. I would not let the president of the U.S. into my park for a few reasons. But there are definitely too many children in this park for him to be here, of course. Hot commentary. Okay, so number 1 is the male we like. Number 1. 4%, 5%. Yeesh. Well, let's start the program. Still 6 minutes on my good welfare guy bringing that $1,000,000 back. Okay, 100%, 100%. Everything looks good. Well, the place is coming together, all right. We got it in 1? The reading program fired on 4% on the first try? We've done it. So we did 4 and 1. So theoretically, we would want to do 2 and 3 now. Wait. Yeah, 2 and 3. 2%. Jeez. All right, let's let them grow up a little bit. They'll get a little bit better numbers, maybe. How long do we have here on the maturation? Okay, so these Styggies have been here for presumably 9 years, and their parents are still unable to breed yet? They're almost adults. Okay, 3 years on the second batch. But like, what is the cooldown for breeding again on the same pair? It's crazy. We'll save the market reset for when we actually have the animals, because we need to know the numbers of what we have available. Might want to expand this slightly more. I did see that there was like a 97% in there. That happens to be exactly correct? That's crazy. I know one of you is 97. I saw it. I swear I saw it. It's not one of you. The fuck? Somebody was a 97. Oh, maybe it fixed. It actually might have been territory decay. Okay. Never mind. 40 seconds on the cooldowns. All right, shelter open. Yeesh. Okay. Fence is down. That's not great. 2 and 3. Still 4%. Maintenance is presumably on their way. Okay, it's this little shit right here. Get out of that gap, you little so-and-so. Don't you go through that gap. Turn around. Walk back the way you came. Turn around. Oh, you little fucker. See, now you got hit by a car, idiot. Now you better go back in there. Oh, oh no, that's inside the encounter. Sorry, did this just not get done because the dinosaur was in the way? Did they just fucking leave? They did just fucking leave. How is that allowed? Come on. Okay, the area is secure. I think. Mostly. Retry the program. Life is about to find a way. I didn't even see how many eggs we had. Holy shit, 5? Okay, okay. That's pretty good. I like the blue ones in the back, too. They're working on fixing the fences. It's happening. It should all be in range to be automatically handled. That is a really nice shade of blue. Mangrove pulcrana. And that's a mangrove rana. Cool. He looks like a plushie or something with that blue. Yeah, we should be able to get a carnivore with this. Defensive, 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 social. And nothing. Okay. Let's look at the territory here real quick. So they have some space over here. Put in a little bit of ground leaf. Put in a little bit of cover. We don't need this to be the tiniest brush ever. And then I assume the territory should be good. Alright. Double check the maintenance post layout. Yeah, it's fully in the maintenance post still. So that's good. Marketplace. I think for 6 Spino, should we buy them? I don't know. All right, refresh. Huh. Cielos or compies? Compies would breed quickly. Why are they slacking? They just kind of do that sometimes, the maintenance teams. I'm kind of tempted to take the Lokis too, but... maybe we do this group of 6. I think I'm gonna save the random ones for like a dedicated gambling park build. I think that would be funnier. I suppose we could pick like the best out of this batch. Keep just one of the 5. And then we'd have 4 that we could get rid of. We could do one as a special treat. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it tells you how many juveniles. All right. Maybe we'll do one random one. And that's it. We're not going to do random ones every time, but maybe we take one. But I would like to get these gigant Spinosauruses to breed. Now, we did just have... let's let this complete. What's the cooldown on this nest? 4 minutes. Wait, your comfort's still bad? You're still missing ground leaf? Okay, but you guys ran all the way over there now. Oh, the Cory's dead. Fair. Alright, so presumably that failed again. So, 2, 1, 2, who are you? You're not 2, 3. Where are the new adults? Over here. 8. So the only viable partner is this female who can't breed. Is that the only one that matured? Oops, I don't want a rock. I want a dinosaur. Okay, why are these in the wrong order? 6? Right, because we purged most of these. We actually only have 5. Fair. True, accurate, I understand. So the fact that that one is mature doesn't really mean anything until the other females are ready to breed, and they just still aren't. Sorry, my shelters are still open? I swear the icon wasn't there anymore. Which is why I forgot. But, maybe it still was.
Gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
Okay, these are filling up, so I think we can probably turn these back on too.
Some damage that needs patching up.
Our animals are gentle and eager to meet you, but they are easily frightened. Please avoid any sudden movement or
More expensive one will be better, maybe. We can do the more expensive one, that's fine. I still want these babies, though. Oh, and I didn't run the plan again. Shit. %. Ugh. 7% is not good odds. We have more Corythosaurs than we need. Let's think about further purging the Corythosaur herd. So 6, 10, 11, 12. And 1 and 2 from before. So 5 and 3. 5 and 3. Also 5 and 3. So, and 10 is 4, 3. So 6 is a direct sibling of 1 and 2. Two kind of sucks, actually. But it's 5 years to maturation. And this is 7. I think we get rid of 6. And then 1 of 10 or 11. And they're identical. Okay, so do 6. And we'll do 11 because he's the one I found first. Corytho 6. That's the Gigant baby squad. Where the I must have missed it. It had to be right here. Five and 1. 7, 6. Literally standing together. Okay, so that's 2 out of 5. And then we just gotta purge 3 Gigant Spinosauruses. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So female, male, male, female, male. We can keep at least one of each. So the best male and best female. Social, defensive. 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 Nothing. So they all suck. Except for 5. So we keep 5 and 6. The rest go. Puppy mill time. Alright. You are number 9. You are number 8. Where is the other one that's hiding from me? Oh, that's a Corytho. Where did you end up? You cannot escape. I'm trying to visually identify the target, and it really doesn't work. They're all too tiny. Are you in here? No. Why did you separate from your pack? That's why you gotta go. You're being a weirdo. That's 3. That's 2. Where the fuck? Are they completely overlapped? Like clipped inside each other, maybe? Doesn't look like it. It should be a red baby. Okay, I have no idea where it is. It's in a damn bush. There it is. Can you name one of them Albertus Maximus? One of which ones? Alright, verifying the correct sedations. Corytho 11. 7, Gigant, 9, and 8. 6. Okay, that looks good. 5 animals going out. Mystery pack of 5 coming in. Said we wanted the more expensive ones. Yeah, which is this set. Hide and seek, but if they find you, the punishment is death. Well, which animal I meant. Okay, 5 Guanlong coming in. And let's send out the squad here to the zoo that sent us the Guanlong in a trade. So we'll set up the Guanlong enclosure over here behind this other hotel. Put in a viewing gallery as a starting point. Another one of these Montana ones. I could put it like further back somewhere like this. Or that we can like build off of it more. Or over here. Let's put it on this side. Yeah. Power is not very close by. I'm going to put it like up over here. Name a Guanlong it? Okay, you got it. Slightly too close to the power plant, huh? I moved it a little bit down the road, and that might be a problem too. Nope, we're good. Okay, I'm thinking we do a little cliff. Since this kind of lends itself to that vibe. Since we've already kind of started doing a cliff. Intensity, fall off, flow. There you go. Why is that not equivalent to the way it makes it from the bottom? Why is the bottom steeper? Strange. Okay, and then I might smooth it out over here so I can just have the fence complete the loop. Then we don't have to worry about making sure the cliff is actually containing the dinosaurs. So we'll do this. And I don't really need this to be like the biggest pen ever either. I can always section it off like into 2. I think we'll do it like this for now. Sure, that works for me. Nothing too fancy. You're back, Cryo. Welcome back to the stream. Okay. Sure, why not? That works.
It is important that you observe good hygiene. Hand washing stations are available.
Good crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Guanlong.
I think the Guanlong was buffed. I think they did at least somewhat fix it. I remember being in patch notes, I think. But that actually, it being in patch notes doesn't actually mean the change was made, unfortunately. Oh yeah, so we're gonna name one. We need probably an adult male. Okay, you. You said Albertus Maximus? Does that fit? Alright. There he is. All right, and we need power in over here. A little bit of this, a little bit of this one. Maintenance check. Still good.
Ready for you to observe our magnificent animals.
That obliterated my lovingly made clip. How dare you? Interesting. They can escape. Curious that. Is there maybe a small enough gap for them to get out? Oh, they just walk through the fence. What the fuck? Nobody else ever did this. Nobody else ever walked through the fence. Why can these guys walk through the fence? Do they have no hitbox? What the hell? Interesting. Strange. Unexpected. Retry the breeding program, I guess. 9%, it is creeping up. And while that's going on, we had a Dryo mature. Did we have a Dryo mature? Oh, it must be the original juvenile we had or something. So that's going to be like a spare male, I think. So yeah, no like actual breeding capability here yet. Okay. Well, shit. Anyway. Crazy to me they just phase through the fence like that.
Collecting asset. Acknowledging asset collection request.
Yeah, a small piece of collision, that's weird that they can get through that the other animals couldn't. But I would have thought, like, ooh, yeah, maybe it's... This pen specifically has a small gap in the collision, and we put the Dryos, like, over here, and this one doesn't? Maybe this pen can only contain large animals safely. Maybe we need to make sure we deliver everything to this one to be safe in the future. That's probably what it is. It's probably just a gap. This just happens to be the first time we've seen it.
Transporting asset. Delivery complete.
Yeah, nothing can bring you down in this game. It's really hard to actually lose a part once you've got started.
Commencing asset transit. Asset delivered.
Like, once you're profitable, you're not gonna never not be profitable,
Apologize for any inconvenience
which sucks.
experienced during our recent
All right, you want cover and pasture. So we're gonna do some cover back along the back here. And then we'll do some brushland here in the front and generate some rocks to make that cliff look like more of something, maybe. I mean, it mostly just generated them at the base of the cliff, but fuck it, it's fine. You shouldn't be mad still. Oh, because you need a meat, right? Because you're a baby. Yes. There you go. Might be. Don't attack that fence. Don't attack that fence. And then for breeding, these are medium nest. Yeah, Jurassic difficulty is like easy from Jurassic World Evolution 2, essentially. It's like astoundingly simple compared to it. Okay, so no nest requirements. I guess I'll just chuck it over here. And then we have 2 females, so we're just going to breed them both anyway, so we might as well just do this and this. 18%. 14. Do the 18. I guess we can just keep juggling these 2 breeding programs. But I think, actually, this is the end of the video.
Our hard work in the background means that the dinosaurs get to be center stage. And that was some hard work right there.
I suppose we can see what happens with the breeding programs. Well, it's a failure. We'll check the other one. That one's a failure. We'll reset this one too, and then we'll call it an episode here. So definitely this scenario is going to be quite beatable, but it's still kind of a fun concept for a park, I think. It reminds me a little bit of, we did like a dinosaur exchange park in 2, themed around, actually I think it was themed around Chaos Theory as well, if I remember correctly. Like a DFW black market facility park build where we traded dinosaurs like this. It was kind of fun. So I'm happy to revisit the concept, but with breeding to actually power it more. I think we did like a trade 1 animal for buying a pack of animals. And this is a little more interesting doing the 1-for-1. But yeah, so we'll catch you in the next episode.